This is going to be a tutorial on how to put fishing line on a reel. This video, we're going to be talking about a conventional reel. This type of reel has a basically a free spool mode where everything's open, so like an open bail on a spinning reel, and then you have your lock mode where your drag is going to take over. This specific one also has a twitter, which most do, and you see what this does. It twits very loudly. So if you're running live bait, you put it into free spool, put the twitter on, and when the fish starts to run with the bait, that twitter's gonna go off. You set the hook, turn off the twitter, and reel in that fish. I use this reel specifically for boats, bluefish, stripers, sometimes bottom fishing. But sometimes if I'm going surf casting, I'll take this along with a shorter rod, opposed to my surf casting reel, and try to cast this one out as far as I can. It's kind of like casting a bait casting reel, but it's not. Obviously, there's no button. It's a little bit more challenging, but a lot of people like them to send the line and bait way out there. Without any further ado, we should probably get this tutorial started. What you have here is the three main components you're gonna need. You're gonna need the reel, the line, and sometimes you're gonna need this, but something to cut the line with. In this tutorial, I'm also gonna be using a fishing rod, because I like to have a rod for my reel while I put all the line on it, just because I like the security of having a rod just so it goes on super tight. That it'll go onto my reel same way it's coming off. So if it's coming off of this over, I want it to go on my reel the same way. Now on your reel you can't tell over or under, but I'll just show you a little trick. So now we come to the strike zone, if you will, and we need to get this line tied around this spool so we can get it on there. So I'm just going to thread it through there and get ready to tie it on. What I'm going to be doing is basically making a little knot, not even around the spool. I'm just going to make a knot on the line itself. I'll tell you why in a minute. Alright, so there's just one knot hanging out there on the line. I'm going to cut off all the excess. Not going to focus very well, but I'm going to cut off the excess. So I'm going to take this knot, and I'm going to make another knot, but this time with the line coming from the spool. I'm not going to do it only with the line I already have outside itself. Okay, simple, just one knot. Pull that a little bit tight, and then I'm going to thread the end. I'm going to start pulling on the end that's coming from the spool. This is going to cause it. Alright, I'm going to show you guys exactly what it's going to do. So our old knot and our new knot came together to form a ball right over there, and now that's never gonna come out. If you hook like humongous fish and you end up coming down to the end of the spool, it's not gonna break off because the knot wasn't good enough. It's gonna break off because your line can handle that fish. But yeah, we got our line tied on the spool. We've got the spool ready and the reel. I have my spool coming up on the top, so the lines come off on the top, and I got it going onto my reel in a way where it's gonna coil over. It's gonna bend the same way it was bending on that, so it's not gonna be any problem casting, reeling, fighting fish, whatever. Alright, so here we've got this reel ready. The line's gonna come on tight. I got pressure on the other side. You see that? The line is coming on completely perfectly. It's as tight as possible, which is what you want. So here we have the reel completely filled up. It's a little bit overfilled, but this isn't going to be a casting rod, really. It's going to be more of a boat rod. So I'm going to end up losing most of that anyway to sides and whatnot. But if you're going to be using a casting rod, make sure you have it perfectly filled up. I can't tell you what the fill is going to be on your pole. There should be a mark or something, or you do it by eye judgment, but that is how you load line on a conventional reel.